Hey everyone, Rich here. So let's have a look. I'm kind of new to all this moderating and admin side of stuff. You can see it all on side here. And welcome to the page anyway. So just in case you've not seen it, I'm trying to get something so as it's kind of easy to follow. And what I've done is on this particular one, I'll probably just add something like log into your Clickfunnels account first of all. That's the first thing you'd need to do. Just log into your Clickfunnels account. So here's one I've prepared earlier. So that is at this link. So you can go to just myclickfunnels.com or just click that link. It'll take you straight to this page. So once you log in, then if you haven't, that is, you may log in and you've got this framework, which I'm presuming everyone has, but just in case you haven't, then you can click on this link as well. What I will do is I'm just going to demo that now. Actually, let's just click on it. So when you click on that link, once you've logged into your account, it's going to show something like this. Now, I've got my website name here. You might not have it. You might just have your initials. You may have some random characters or something or other saying .myclickfunnels.com, something like that. So don't worry about it. Just it'll say install funnel. Now, you won't have all these. These are all my projects, which I'm working on. And let's just see. So I'm going to actually, let's just see. Yeah, if so, actually, I'm just going to keep it on here. So I'm going. This is basically copying Trey's funnels. Okay, which is gold. Honestly, it's so gold. I just got onto all that because I'm like, I've got to see what Trey's done, and then just model it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to import it. You'll probably only have one here. It may only just be the one by itself, and you just click on it. All right. So if we click on it, it's showing this. It's showing claiming. And then it says it's installing the new funnel. So on your account, there's two plans on ClickFunnels. You've got a $297 a month plan and a $97 a month plan. And basically, I think with the 97, it's about 10 funnels you can have. So it's plenty. Just, just go with it. So it says we've installed your new funnel, so you can either close it or customize. Now, I'm going to show you both ways actually. So if we choose customize, this is what happens. And I'll talk about all the other things in the background. It brings you straight into your actual, the actual web pages. Or the funnel steps. So all these are these little funnel steps. And a little thing about the navigation round here. And so basically you can go back to your main account. And so let's see. Yeah, you can go back to your main account there. There's these other little buttons here for editor, workflows, opt-ins, orders and stats. Don't worry about them, they'll all get covered at some point. And funnel overview, there's a little AI somewhere. That's something I need to kind of do anyway. Preview, links and settings. So what I'll do is I'm just going to talk through this right now. So we're on here and then I'll show the back end side of things. And all we need to do is we can either edit or preview. So if I right click on here and open it up in a new tab to preview it. And this is something you can do when you're editing things. You could have open up extra tabs. So let's just kind of do that. This is Google Chrome. If I click that button, it's going to open that there. And what I can do is kind of just move this over here a bit. Let's just copy link and then I'll click it in here and you notice it's empty on there, so and then I'll just paste it. And ta-da! All right, so we've got a preview of all the things which you saw yesterday where they were editing. Now, we're going through it really quick, and if you're new to kind of Clickfunnels, it's just like, oh my God, what are they doing? You know, where's this, where's that? But once you understand the how it's created, it's easier. So let's go into that. So that's what we see with that. Now I'm just going to close that down for a moment, and let's instead go back on here. So I'm clicking on here. Just try and get out of that. Oh, you little pain. Command 0. Oh dear. Let's just refresh it, and hopefully it will go back to normal. There we go. That's better. Right. Refresh the screen. So it was zooming in basically. So if I click on copy that link address, I'll click on here. So we're in that, and I'm just going to paste it now. Right, let's have a look. So here it is. This is the process which someone goes through. So they'll go on that web page which we've just seen, and then if they choose to click on any of these things, it'll take them then through to this, which is an order form. Let's just see this load up. So there it is, and as you can see, I'm hovering my mouse, and these are all kind of editable things. I'll talk about them in a minute. We've got a confirmation page once they've entered the details in, and it goes through. And then there's these other products and things and so on. And then we've also, as he mentioned, this is where we were making quite a bit of extra money. You've got this upsell, yeah, add 3 shredders with 1-click buy. So, you know, little things like this. So let's go back onto the main sales page. So you might find it useful to have like these 2 little things opened up, and it shows you're editing. So let's have a rundown on what is the background and things here. I'm just wondering whether I should just create a new page. Let's see. Or can I just talk through? Right, I'll talk through, but I'll try and do a diagram. So if you can see, Dante mentioned pulling your mouse from the right over into Clickfunnels, and then you'll see the last one, the very back one, the green is a section. So let's just do it this way. I'm just going to go in and I'm going to add a section when I can. Let's just see. Okay. No, it's probably, let's just minimize that a bit and just see. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I see why it's doing that now. Right. Right, let's just zoom that back out a bit. And, right. Let's just see. So, let's just go through this and just have a look. Yeah, I'm going to pause it here because I'm going to actually create something which makes it a bit easier to understand. But as a quick one is, you've got your section, which is your background there. If you can see that there, that's your section background. And then in that, you've got your settings here where it'll pop something out from the right. And this is where you can adjust all these areas, and you can put a background in and so on. So if we go back, and then you have rows. So it's basically built on section, your very back thing, row in between where you can have your 2 or 3 rows. Damn sneeze came from nowhere. So let's so we've got 1 column row, and when you're in this you can affect the settings there, so your margins and your padding and so on. So your top margin there, and then your padding and so on. This basically gives you space around there, and then you've got your element. So if we add an element, this is where the fun parts are. So like I said, sections, the very top, right at the back. Columns, which we've got here, 1, 2, 3. You can change the amount of columns you want. You can do more and so on. And then your elements. So your elements are your images and your text and videos and so on. Okay, so buttons, everything. So they're all kind of under here, and there's quite a few. It's really just, you know, way more than enough. And some of them are sectioned out. So if you're just creating a course, you know, you've got nice easy way of getting to them all and so on, and lessons and so on. All right, so we'll have a look through them afterwards. This and if you notice there, that going up and down, as I'm scrolling down, we've got content, media, so you can just go to whichever one on here, depending which area you are in this funnel thing. Okay, so nested rows and then content. There we go. As you see, you've got your title there, nested rows, content. All right. Or you can just scroll up and down. Okay, now. So what we can do is let's put actually let's create. Let's just do it how they normally do it. So you've got a headline, for instance, there. Okay, and then underneath, what I could do is create another row, and maybe let's have 2 columns. And then, so it's created 2 columns now, if you see that. So we're still in the big green section, and then we've got our heading. So we've got our row, sorry, there, the blue row, and then our headline. So, and same here, we can make changes in that each individual column, and you can then also just add an element. So let's add just a paragraph. Yeah, let's just keep it as simple as we can. And then we can just type in that, we can bold it, italicize it, create a link. So this is what's called anchor text, when you have something saying like Clickfunnels, and you want it to go to Clickfunnels, you know, like you see hypertext and things, so which goes to clickfunnels.com. Let's just put that there. So you see it's highlighting it there, that underline thing. So that'd then go over. I'm just gonna double check. Okay, let's just crack on just for a second. Right, let's put an image. So we've chosen an image placement, and then these are where you can move things around. So I can move this to have it above there instead, and then my title and so on, or I can move it back. And we've just got it here. Okay, so don't be scared to move it. Click all of these things and move them around. It's same with rows, can do the same, and it's also same with these headlines, and it's also same with sections. So I can click and hold this, move it to the top. Let's just do that. Very top there. So everything else is out of the way, and I can just delete it as well. I can delete it, save it, clone it, or add extra code, but that's that. So, and then on each part we've got settings, so that's opened up. So image URL. Now we can upload an image, or you can just click in here and it's going to go into your image gallery and where your folder, your pictures are. So there we can see it's already pre-populated with all Trey's images, which is so cool. But let's say you wanted to upload your own. Let's just upload one, and let's just go on to let's see, quick. There we go. Barnum's another of Clickfunnels is little tools which are in the web browser for Google Chrome, which you can add and things. So let's go back. And there we are. So that's what I wanted to kind of show initially. That's how a web page is built. You've got your green background, your blue green background for section. You've got the blue for row, and then you've got the orange for elements where you can put anything in: videos, images, text, even buttons. So for instance, say we've done something there. We want to say add a button. We just click on that button there. We've got this button now, and now we can go into style it in a particular way and decide where that button's going. So like it's to submit an order form, or it's to go to a website, or whichever. So there's so many different things you can do with this, which is just really cool. But the best thing is like, because of Trey's, we've got it all there. And the other thing you might notice is like there, it's saying desktop only. And if we go in and view on mobile, so at the top here, we're viewing in desktop. Let's just view it in mobile. That's what it looks like in mobile. So it's already set up. We've got this big button there, and view pricing there, and so on. And so all of this is just in this page. Now, if I click on the, it's going to ask me if I wanted to save all those details, but never mind. And it's the same thing here. We've got, let's just have a look. You've got your rows there and your elements. I'm just trying to get onto so it's just got one section by the look of it, and it's just for it all. Yeah. So, there we are. So I've got a section there. Just see, there it is. So section for mobile, and it's saying mobile only as well. Okay, and we can go into details about that, but basically you don't need to kind of know it. Just in one way, I suppose, just work on this for now, and then what you can do, if you do want to go on mobile, you just choose the mobile. But on the bottom here, you've got visibility saying all, and then we can just choose desktop there. That's it. So if you see now, it's changed to that. If I then go like this, it disappears because it's only on desktop. So let's just go back, and there we go. So that kind of covers most of it in so far as how things are laid out and dragging and dropping things around. So yeah, like I say, you can just drag and drop them anywhere, and you just keep hold of it, click it, keep hold, and move. Okay, sorry, it does flick, and I'm moving my mouse too much there. Right, and then what you can do, delete it, that's fine. And Dante mentioned keep saving, so let's just save that on there. Yeah, so it's going through saving it now, and that's it. And then we can go through the editing aspects then. So all we need to do now is get whatever text is going to go into each of these. So let's just go to the beginning again. Bring your clothes back online. So all this is related to selling, obviously, this little product here. And how it looks on a web page. Let me just zoom out a little there. So this is how it would look on the normal web page, how it's all laid out. There we go. So we've got our section there. That's all of it. And then we've got another section here, the green background. And then we've got a footer in there. And then let's just move in from there to the right, we've got the row, and then you've got these elements. So if you're not sure about how to zoom in and out of your web pages, just in case, let's just say it kind of looks like that because it's kind of squashed a little, you just press Command or Control and then the minus sign next to 0 across the top of your keyboard. Minus or plus. Plus zooms in, minus zooms out. And then if you zoomed out, it's going to be easier to get your section, your row, and then we've got these little icons, these little elements here. So each one's a different element. And then we've got your little button there. And you can see under the buttons that black writing explaining. Let's just zoom in again. So next funnel step. So I hope that kind of shows something and just explains a little about the funnels themselves. So I'm going to go out of that now. And then if we just go back onto the main page here and we're zoomed in. I'll just explain a little bit about this. Let's just have a look. So if you're on the top of your Clickfunnels account, you can always just keep pressing, say, here if you see anything else, and then it'll take you to that little home button. This is your home page, all right, for your Clickfunnels account. You'll see either your name or something down there, and then workspace settings. And then you probably won't see any of these, and you'll have like your funnels, products, customers, and learn and connect. So where we found when it installs a framework, it installs it can be into different areas, but in particular this one, it's installed there. And if you'll notice, I've clicked it twice, and it's just given me another copy. So it's really useful, in particular if you maybe create a couple of copies, keep this as your main one or as your master one, and then just work on, say, this one, for instance. Now, if you click on here, this is what it'll do. It will open up the funnel itself, all right? And then if you click on here, it's going to open up the editing area. So that's where we kind of need to be. And what would be best is having that split screen, like I say, it's split screen here, and then opening something else up on there. Let's just delete that for a moment. So as you can kind of work side by side, and let's just have a look. So it's kind of like this, and I'll just log in. Oh yeah. Well, anyway, just for now, I'm going to leave that. So you've seen how all that works. I really hope that helps. And I'll just explain the other part about this. So as you can see, I'm just going back and back, and don't forget saving your any changes you make. Just keep saving. Let me just go back and just show that again. So top right hand corner here, when we're in the edit page here, and then if I'm going to make any changes, and in seconds, let's see. Okay, can't spell. Right. In seconds, let's just say that. And you'll notice there then that save button pops up. If you want to undo anything or redo anything, and just click that button there, let's undo it. And it's back to minutes. All right. So it's just quite, it's a, you know, you can click into it and you can change things. If I want to unbold them, I'll just go like that. All right. But this is set to bold anyway, so we'll go back to this. But this is another really good thing about having this funnel, is that all this has been reset and pre-done. And if you notice, I've just clicked on some. Oh, I've just moved it. Let me just do this again and go. Oh, wait on. Where were it? Do I need that down here? And don't worry about it. Just go. Undo, undo, undo. All right, now I'm back to my original point. And let's just click on these. And this is each page, which you can edit. All right, and just scroll down. Or, like you mentioned, we've got our section here. Any sections you didn't want, you could delete, but I won't recommend. But just in case anyway, you know, not until we've done some editing and then tested it afterwards. So let's go back onto this bit. So like you say, it's gone back to here, and if you hover over that, and then click it, then you're on your home page. So we're inside funnels. This is main place really. Go into funnels and so on. But let me just show you the workspace settings. So basically this is your workspace, you know, and if we go into, then you've got these other things, so you can customize it and name it, you know, what you name workspace name. So I've got DM10X there, and that's what's showing down here. And then I've put my little logo in, and that's how it shows in there. If you put a square logo in, let's just show you. Now, sorry, those. So I put square ones in, and you can see, like for instance, put an oblong one in, which were down to these dimensions, which it mentions when you're uploading them, 320 by 100. Now, I wanted square for these particular buttons, but that's just me. I'm just an artist. That's it. You know. So as you can see, this is how they kind of look, you know, if you're creating a round one and so on. If we'll do something else about the design aspects of logos and everything at another time, but general billing, all these things, some of them, when you click on them like this, I'm just going to show you that, it's going to open up in another page. And some of you may have had previous Clickfunnels accounts, and this is where it'll show, you know, what's active and what isn't and so on. And so like this is lifetime Clickfunnels price. So yeah, they've done a special deal for me actually, where instead of it being $1,800 a month, I'm paying $1,000. It's still expensive, but it will pay for itself. Anyway, I've known about Clickfunnels for years, absolute years, but we'll go into that another time. And domains, this is a main area. So my main website is dm10x.com, and that's it's almost built kind of thing. It's on its main part, but all my funnels, I've created the name design, and that's what happens when you do this here. So you add the let's have a look. Sorry, I was hearing something. You add your domain there, and you could buy it internal with it within ClickFunnels, or you can, if you've bought it, say on Namecheap, that's what I recommend because I use it. Brilliant service, really cool. And this is Namecheap. So really good, cheap, affordable, and just, you know, I've had so many domain names with these. It's brilliant. And then I also use SiteGround for my web hosting. So I recommend these a lot as well. And the main thing which I'm mentioning with them is because I have, so if we go back onto that domain, there we are. And I created my domain, dm10x.com, but I could call it, say, funnels.dm10x.com. So I've got that on a WordPress website, and then I've got email within that WordPress website in SiteGround, and then on all of my funnels are on here. So I'm just going to create this actually. Let's just, I'm just wondering if I've already done it. But so add your existing domain name. So we've got funnels. You could choose it something else, say blog. Now, if you just bear in mind, this is going to show at the beginning of your website name. So you'll notice with a lot, if, let's just have a look. I'm just having a quick look up here. So yeah, up on here at the top here, you've got design.dm10x.com. So bear that in mind. You'll notice a lot of places will have app.thewebsite.com. So that's where this goes. And then I can continue with that. It's going to probably be best, let's just do this. It's unavailable. I've already got it, that's why. But then it goes through setting these parts up. Now I'm going to do a separate video on that, and my recommendation, if you're wanting to go down this route, where the only reason I'm doing that is so as I've got my WordPress website separate, and I can create content, I can do optimization and so on with it. So that's my reason for that. And then when you get them set up, it's going to show this connected. So we've got demo blog. Yeah, I needed to do something else with that that name, demo. So I've got demo-funnels. Got these different names here. So yeah, so it's same part. So we get some areas there, errors there, and so on. But that's just the domain aspect of it. And that's one of the main things really, is like to get it under your own name. You don't need to, you really don't. It's you can have it as, you'll probably have your name on there. A lot of people have just got the name .myclickfunnels.com. Works fine, no problem at all. So you could, if you're not too bothered about that, then you can do that. But that's how I've just done it. And then from here, I'm not going to go through all these, but you can just click on back, go back, and like I say, we're back on the home button here. We're on the home page, and you've got these where it will go through it for setting up your account. And they do have like a register for an onboarding call, which is really cool. So you can go through that Mondays at 1 o'clock Eastern time. So let's just, yeah, it's 11 here, UK time. Save your seat. Let's just go through that. Just want to show you that. And there we are. So if we add to calendar, then you've got whichever calendars you want. And I'm just going to save it to downloads. Let's say, for instance, and then just open it up there. There we go. Double click it. Add in a new event call. Okay. There we go. So I've got it set up in there then. And my calendar there. Hope that all helps everybody. Oh yeah, and they have to get to type in some things here and then submit it. Let's have a look. Domain and subdomains. Let's have a look. Along with email. Right, there we go. Submit. Let's just say, I just want to show you all the process and what you kind of see. And that's it there, I think. I think I've covered quite a lot there. So I'm going to post that. And I'll just add the main thing. Yeah, log into your account first. And then if you were to click that, it'll import it into your account. I hope that all helps, everybody. Okay, have a good day. Bye for now.